Kobe Bryant was an extremely likable guy. From the way that he hustled on the court to the way that he smiled at the cameras, Kobe was just likable. And when he passed away tragically in a helicopter crash, millions of people around the world actually felt sorrow for this person that they had never met before. Why? Why do we feel sorrow for someone we don't even know? Better yet, why do we like someone we don't even know? It's because Kobe possessed something that scientists call a parasocial relationship. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can leverage the power of parasocial activity to grow your influence as a business owner and become a more successful entrepreneur. Stay tuned. I'm Owen Video.
Owen Video!
Welcome back to the channel. A parasocial relationship was coined in 1956 by Donald Horton and Richard Wall and refers to a kind of psychological relationship experienced by an audience in their mediated encounters with performers on television. Kobe Bryant was a master at perfecting the parasocial relationship, from the way that he interacted with the cameras to the way that he shared his personal life and his family on television, even in the way that he handled the affair scandal that happened early on in his marriage. And as an entrepreneur, you can leverage the power of a parasocial relationship to create video that connects with your core audience and causes them to like you, which in turn will cause them to buy from you and become a lifetime customer. So here are Kobe's 5 rules for being likable. Number 1 is eye contact. Look at the camera, not to the side of the camera, not above the camera, and don't do this documentary angle on the side here where you're like looking over here. All of those things break eye contact with your viewers and fail to create the same relationship. Kobe Bryant was a master at looking at the camera and smiling as if to say he was in the room with us. Eye contact brings the viewer into your videos, into your stage presentation, or even at a Chamber of Commerce meeting where you're addressing a crowd. Be sure to make eye contact with all the people that you're speaking to. Tip number 2 is smile. Watch how Kobe plays to the camera. He smiles, he laughs, and even plays around with his teammates to create a sense of, wow, I really like this guy and I'd want to play basketball with him. So as you make YouTube videos or post on Instagram, remember to speak with a smile. At the end of the day, they're not even going to really remember what you said. They're going to remember how they felt when you said it. Tip number 3 is share your personal life. Kobe opened up his private life by sharing pictures of his wife and kids. By contrast, Hollywood rarely shows us their family pictures because they want to maintain an essence of glamour and sex appeal, which, by the way, is a huge backfire because in today's society, Hollywood actors are less respected than ever before. So as an entrepreneur, when you're posting about your business on YouTube or on social media, be sure to share insider stories. Show a picture of you hanging out with your kids or hanging out with your partner. This way, you're inviting your viewers to become a part of your bigger story and not just keeping them at the door of becoming, customers for you, which nobody wants to be just your customer. You know what I mean? They want to be a part of the journey, which is why YouTube is so powerful for building your business. Tip number 4, don't be afraid to get dirty. In his early marriage, Kobe was accused of having an affair, and eventually the accuser settled with him out of court. No charges were filed, and nothing was ever definitively proven. And I'm sure Kobe didn't want to share that with the whole world, but being a basketball star, he really didn't have a choice. So what we got to see was him sharing this with the world, and we got to see the way that he handled it, not just with us as his fans, but with his wife. And this actually made him more likable. We got to see how sorry he felt. We got to see how repentant he was and how much he wanted to keep his marriage together. And even though he made a mistake, we all make mistakes. And this made Kobe seem more human. When you share an appropriate amount of the dark side of your life with your viewers, you're actually ingratiating them to your business, meaning they like you even more. Take, for example, my situation. In 2014, I was diagnosed with stage 3 thymoma cancer. And at first, I wanted to hide this from everybody because I felt it would make me look weak. Instead, what I decided to do was to share my cancer journey with the entire world, and my business grew 107% while I was going through chemo because I shared my experience with the world, and I would actually create videos while I was in chemotherapy. And I'm happy to report that as of today, I'm cancer-free and almost 4 years in remission. And the fifth lesson that we can learn from Kobe Bryant when it comes to being more likable is to be authentic. Now, wait a minute. Don't X out of this video quite yet. I know that being authentic is talked about all the time, but stick with me for a moment. Imagine that behind closed doors, Kobe was like a drunken alcoholic abuser, and pretend he was mean too. How would that affect your opinion of him, knowing that he was all smiles and giggles for the camera, but behind closed doors, he was rumored to be someone he did not appear to be? Would that affect your opinion of him? I'm guessing that's a yes. And we see this playing out in real life as well. Take a look at this clip of former presidential candidate Kamala Harris laughing off camera, but then as soon as she realized she was on camera, her face completely changed. This strikes people as extremely inauthentic, and shortly after this was taken, Kamala Harris withdrew her presidential nomination. Look, as an entrepreneur, you are going to be a public figure, and you have to be public. Listen to what the Harvard Business School teacher Clayton M. Christensen had to say. It's easier to hold your principles 100% of the time than it is to hold them 98% of the time. In other words, just be yourself all the time. Otherwise, you're just building an inauthentic life that people will recognize and they will not like you for it. I first saw Kobe playing basketball when I was 16 years old, and knowing that he was just a couple years older than me, recruited right out of high school, gave me hope. And even though he wasn't perfect, I looked at him like so many of us did, as a role model. His passing was indeed very tragic, but we can remember Kobe by remembering his legacy and using it to better our lives and further our business as entrepreneurs. Now, if you want to learn more about how to present yourself on camera so that you appear likable, cool, and confident so that you can grow your influence and grow your business, then watch this video next. In it, I'll share with you my 10 tips for looking great on camera. Click the video that's on your screen now. I'm Owen, and I'll see you there.